wait 1 second. We're just getting settled in here for a sec. Yeah, really the biggest pain is getting dressed, dealing with my hair.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm good. My boys have gotten good at making ponytails, so that's exciting, Thank goodness. The fiance was there for a little bit, Zeb's fiance, so I had her like dealing with my hair for me, which was lovely.
She's ready to be a military wife?
She's stepping into it. She is stepping into that role. Her father was a little, she's the youngest of 4 girls. None of them are married, and she's the baby. So, he had his moments. He like sat Zev down and was like, talked about his fears with that, but she has made her decision, and so it's all good.
Well, it could be interesting. You could travel all over.
Exactly, yeah. And she's very much like, they're very good for each other. He's such a huge personality, and he's so like whatever, and she's so like easygoing and like kind of go with the flow, but we'll call him out on stuff, she like, they really are very good for each other. They really balance each other beautifully, and so it's good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna talk. I have one more signed up, but we'll see if she's coming or not. Oh, watch, please cooperate so I don't have to get up. Let's see if the watch will cooperate. No, not at the moment. Oh, come on. All right.
I thought of like Elizabeth, who taught here. I don't know if you know anything.
Yeah, her.
About
Oh, sure, of course.
She's a good balance for that. I think she was a perfect balance.
Yeah, I didn't know him really, so I don't know, but.
I only found it on the internet.
Yeah, we had a teacher here whose husband, I can't deal with my watch right now. Her husband he wrote Broadway shows, and like, he's a genius. He's like a musical genius, wrote Broadway shows, like, right, and she is, right, she's super brilliant, but also very quiet, and in the background, she was a meditation teacher, but there's pictures of her like at the Tony Awards, and you're like, wait, little Elizabeth who barely even talks, like, what? Wait, what? But her husband was like a big time, like won Tonys for like the musicals that he's written, and yeah, super cool. Ones that you've heard of. I can't think of, what was the big one? It was.
Oh, that was the band.
The band, right, the band.
But I went to the latest one. I never said anything because while she was here, I really felt.
Yeah, she didn't want to. She definitely did not want that to be a big thing for her. Yeah. Yeah, she, anyway, so whatever. But we're talking about balancing each other.
He's a genius.
He is. Oh, yeah, musical genius for sure. Okay, anyway, let's talk yoga.
Yeah.
So my theme this week is on enlightenment, as I've been sitting around a lot. I've been reading a lot. I always read a lot, but reading a little bit more. And I was reading this article about enlightenment, and he actually mentions, there's an astrologer that I follow. I'm happy to share his information. He's this brilliant guy. He's a writer also, and I follow him pretty religiously. But he was writing about, and he writes from he like draws from all these different perspectives. So he was talking about enlightenment. So just like take a minute. This is what I've been inviting everyone to do this week, is like take a minute and think about what you think enlightenment is. What is enlightenment? What does that even mean to be an enlightened being? You don't have to answer, but just what does that mean to be enlightened? And he has all these different ways that he's talking about it. From the Jewish perspective, one of the ways that he talks about it is that, perhaps our enlightenment doesn't come from this just hyper focus on ourselves. Spiritual practice can get very sort of inwardly focused, which it should be, right? But it can get to the exclusion of all else, kind of, And he was quoting the Kabbalist Rabbi Isaac Luria, who was sort of the father of Kabbalah, whose idea was enlightenment. He says it was never meant to be some individual personal goal to escape our mortal limitations and gain knowledge. It was supposed to be a group process conducted by humans to assist the divine in bringing creation into alignment with God, God's self. that, and he uses that quote, on earth as it is in heaven. So this idea that we are here to, which speaks to the idea, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is, of tikkun olam, right? This is really what he's talking about, is this idea of when we work to heal the world, it actually works to heal us as well, right? It's not like maybe this like hyper focus on our own stuff is not the point. Which is not to say don't work on your stuff. If you have stuff, work on your stuff, of course, but that we can find that connection. So the other, one of the other ways he was talking about it was as he was quoting a Buddhist priest who says, enlightenment is intimacy with all things, which I think is like an absolutely just brilliant, beautiful way to understand what that means, right? It's not some static achievement, like I'm enlightened and then I'm done. But it's a dynamic practice, which is also what we do on the yoga mat, right? We are doing a practice. We're not doing a performance. And so this idea of intimacy speaks to me to the idea of really seeing something and accepting it for what it is. Intimacy is, whether it's with yourself or with your partner or with a friend or with a parent or whatever, sibling, anything, it's intimacy, that closeness that opens up. It doesn't open up when we're thinking, oh, I wish this person could be like that. Or, right? Or it doesn't open up when we're thinking that about ourselves either, when we're in this state of like trying to fix ourselves all the time. There is a disconnect there that says, oh, I'll connect with you when you're like this, right? We'll be close when you fit that bill, or I'll be enlightened when I'm not doing ABC anymore. Right? Does that make sense? So we sort of flip that script. It can be this idea of a participation, a way of practicing, and even on our yoga mat, we have these experiences of, and I mean, I guess not only on our mats, anytime, but these experiences of like, oh, why me? Oh, woe is me. Oh, why can she do that and I can't do that? Why does my body not do this thing that I wanted to do? Why does my body not do this thing anymore that it used to be able to do, right? Yeah, whatever, So what if that moment of that feeling that comes up for you, because it comes up for all of us, and I don't believe you if you say it doesn't come up for you. It does in one way or another. I don't even believe you if you say it doesn't. Maybe less than other people, right? Some of us have it more, some of us have it less. But when it comes up, what if that moment was a moment of just connecting with humanity, of saying like, oh, of the billions of people in the world, the reason we have this thing called loneliness or unworthiness or, right, whatever thing that is that's coming up, or feeling weakness, whatever thing that we're beating ourselves up about, the reason we have a name for it is because it's a human condition, meaning every human on earth feels it. And so if I'm having that feeling in this moment, I'm certainly not the only one on earth that's having that feeling in this moment, right? There's other people that are feeling that thing. I remember when I was giving birth to my babies, and one of my midwives said to me, like, just think about all those other women that are having babies right now, and like you're all in it together. And it was like this, and it was a very sweet way of just being like, oh, I'm not in this alone. Like, and also, yes, I'm not in this alone, but also it's not all about me and my pain in this moment and my discomfort in this moment. When you open yourself up to like, oh, other people are having this experience too, it takes you out of yourself a little bit, right? Which is paradoxically like what he's talking about and what Isaac Luria was talking about. It's like, it's not this hyper focus on yourself. And then I just want to invite in one other awareness that I was just reading about. There's this idea, this Kabbalistic idea of Or Yashar and Or Choser, which is first light, and this moment of, and maybe you had these moments, when you first came to yoga, or you first came to meditation, or you first came to some spiritual practice, maybe in a synagogue with a new rabbi, something, you had this moment of like an aha moment, or a moment in meditation of just like deep connection or calm or peace, whatever it is, right? You have these like aha moments. They happen a lot when we're starting something. They're not sustainable. That's like this Or Yashar, this first light. And they speak of it as like a gift. That's a gift. That's a gift from Hashem that says, oh, this is a thing. This is a way you can be in the world, but it's not sustainable. The second light, that or choser, is the light that comes from us doing the work. And they even liken it, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole any longer, but I'll just toss this one moment in there of like this idea of like these miracles that happened as we were leaving Egypt that we witnessed, God's miracles, right? And then immediately went into the desert and started doubting that there was a God, right? And that was where the work was. And so this is our work of enlightenment. So it all turns back to this idea of like, of it being a practice, you know, of maybe you've had those aha moments. It's why you keep coming. You know, I know for me, I had a lot of those moments, like especially in my teacher trainings where I was meditating with a lot of people and we were just, you know, really deep in work together and then trying to recreate them, like coming home being like, okay, what did I eat that morning? Who was I sitting next to? What time was it? How did I sleep that night? You know, like, and you try to recreate, and it's not recreatable. But it gives you that taste to say, oh, I'm going to keep at this. I'm going to keep at this because that's possible, you know? And that's this idea. We get this descent of like, in Hebrew, we're saying or yashar. In Sanskrit, we call it Shaktipat, that moment of grace, where grace descends and you have this awakening, you know? So we're all talking about the same thing. We just give it different names, but we're here for Jewish yoga, so we'll give the Hebrew names for today. Okay, so those are the Enlightenment thoughts. So the invitation, let's get going, and I'll talk more as we're going. So, all right, let's just take a minute and close our eyes and take a good seat, take a few breaths. And as always, these first moments are sort of taking inventory, right? Just seeing what's what in your body, in your mind, how you're feeling, your emotions today, whatever's arising in the body-mind field for you. And whatever that is, whether it is strength or fallibility or feebleness or weariness or loneliness or longing or love or joy or compassion or despair, any of it, whatever it is that you are having an experience of, let it connect you in to a human experience that others, maybe in this class even, maybe just in your town, in this state that you are in, wherever, anywhere in the world, are also having. Let it be a moment of connecting you into humanity, into an intimacy with all things. An unpolished, unvarnished, just authentic way of being in the world that accepts you as you are. That helps you to accept others and even the world itself as it is. And if that feels elusive or difficult to feel into, just feel what you're feeling. And remember that others feel the same. Bring your hands to your heart in whatever way feels meaningful to you. Let's just start with one Hineni, just in the interest of time and getting moving. Let's do one Hineni together. Take in a deep breath. Hineni. Let your head just gently bow to your heart. All right, and then find your way. We're going to start in tabletop. Come to hands and knees. So I can't be weight bearing on my arms at all for a few months, so I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk at you and hopefully be clear enough. You know what you're doing. You'll be fine.
Voice is wonderful.
What's that? Yeah. All right. So start with a little just cat and cow, right? So inhale and arch and exhale and round and just follow the breath. In and out. He posits this idea in this article of inner work and outer work not being divorced from one another. So what our bodies can do, how they can move, the actions we can do in our bodies, and then how that can serve us to move out into the world and serve those around us. Just have this sense of participating with the one breath of the world that's breathing all things and breathing you. All right, good. And then come to a neutral spine, just a normal tabletop. I'll do it with one hand. And then take your right leg back behind you. Tuck your toes under. Good. Press into your heel and firm your quadricep muscles. So your quadriceps are the front of your thighs. So firm the front of your thighs. Good. Now hover your toes up off the floor just a few inches. And as you do that, feel your butt muscles, your hamstring muscle fire up a little bit. And then try to keep it firing up and just tap your toes lightly down. So the toes are going to come down, the leg is going to want to go to sleep a little bit, right? So keep those muscles firing. And then just lift and tap down a couple times. And the next time your leg is up, bend your knee and actively hug your heel towards your sit bone, towards your butt cheek, so that the hamstring is turning on a little more. And then as you inhale, lift your knee a little higher, look forward, maybe a little arch to your spine. Then as you exhale, take your knee and your nose together. Keep your heel pulling up towards your butt as you do it. Good, then inhale, send the leg up and back behind you, heel to butt, heel to butt. That's it. Then exhale, knee to nose and heel to butt. Lift it up, lift it up. Good, then inhale, send it up and back, heel to butt. Good, hold here for a moment, keep the knee lifting. Lift a little higher, but don't let your belly sag down. That's it, good. And then exhale, drop that knee down. Sit back into child's pose, hips back to heels. Close your eyes, turn inside. So it's not to say don't seek intimacy with yourself, not to say don't work on your stuff, do those things. But don't have it be so overly focused on just me all the time. And we're having this sense of who we are. Not that we're not individual, unique beings, we are. But sense the ways that you are connected into humanity, into that intimacy. Inhale, come on back up to your tabletop. Left leg back behind you. Yeah, start with toes on the floor, right, and firm the quadricep, thigh muscle, squeeze that muscle, that's it. Then lift the toes just a few inches. Feel your glutes tone, good. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, lift up just a couple inches, tap down. And one more time, keep the leg muscles working, that whole leg awake. And next time the leg is up, bend your knee. Tone your belly. Turn on the abdominal muscles here. Heel to butt, knee to nose, round. Good. Inhale, send the leg back up, heel to butt. Good. Exhale, knee to nose and heel to butt. Good. Inhale one more time, lift it up. Good. Knee to nose. And then lift it and hold for a breath or two, hugging your heel in, lifting your knee a little higher. Good. Drop that knee back down. All right, right leg up and back behind you again. As you lift the leg, fire up those muscles, especially in the back of the leg, and then take your left arm out in front of you. So opposite arm, reaching out, left arm out if you've got your balance. Good. And just feel all the muscles in the back body turn on, the muscles in the glutes and the hamstrings, the muscles in the low back, the upper back, maybe in the back of the neck. Look forward slightly. Good. Exhale, drop the hand and the knee down. And then second side, left leg back behind you. Good. Get the leg muscles really turned on and play with the balance of where your knee on the floor is. It might help to have the legs a little closer together. That's it. And then right arm out when you've got your balance. Right arm out in front. Good. Turn on those muscles in the back body. Stabilize. Feel stronger in the back of your body. Low back, middle back, upper back, back of the neck. Good. Exhale and drop the hand and the knee down. Sit. Actually, let's come down to the belly. We won't go to child's pose. Let's come to the belly. Come to the belly. Come all the way down. Good. Let your head rest either, let forehead or cheek on the floor. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Yep, arms straight out. That's it. Now, you could go a little wide with your hands and your legs here. So you can go, yep, pinky fingers down, thumbs up. Good. Okay, now we're just going to lift the legs. So feel your legs, tone the muscles of the legs, and then inhale and lift the legs up. Lift the legs. Try to just lift the legs from the thigh. Don't bend the knees, just lift up. Okay, good. And then exhale and release and lower down. All right, now inhale, lift your upper body. Fire up the upper back muscles, middle back. You could go hands on the floor or hands off the floor. It's up to you. Get those the upper body muscles turned on. Good. And then exhale and release down. One more time. This time we're going to lift everything up. So from the whole back of your body, back of the legs, back of the pelvis, the glutes turning on, low back, middle back, upper back, back of the neck, everything lifting up, that whole back body turning on. And exhale and lower down. Good. Turn your cheek, let your elbows relax. Take a breath here. In yoga, the front of our body represents our connection to ourselves, to our individual self, and the back body is our connection to the universal. So when we wake up the back body, it's a way of connecting into that intimacy with all things, as we say. All right, take your hands behind your back now. One more thing here. We're just going to lace the fingers together. Yep. Squeeze the heels of the hands in. All right, work the legs first. Legs up, maybe a little closer if that works for you. Yeah. Then reach your hands back towards your feet, lift your upper body. That's it. Yes. And then lift from your armpits and your thigh bones more. Push your belly into the floor. Root your tailbone to the floor. Lift everything up a little higher. Feel that whole back body turn on. Good. And then exhale and release. All right. Press yourself back up to tabletop. Okay, grab your block. We're going to do a little block exercise. I'm going to show this side because this is the... Okay, so I'm putting the block, just watch for a sec. Actually, both of you guys did this with me already this week, right? So I'm squeezing the block between my shin and my thigh, and then I'm lifting the foot up. So I'm in tabletop, both hands are down, I just have one, obviously. And then we're just doing some pulses here. Squeezing the block, lifting the knee, and then releasing. Squeezing the block and lifting the knee. So do a few pulses like that. Squeeze the block to hold it there, and then pulse your leg up towards the ceiling. That's it. And then let it soften a little. Now, stabilize your upper body. Stretch your arms nice and straight as you're doing it. Yep, arms nice and straight. Belly strong. 2 more pulses. Lift a little, squeeze, and release. And then 1 more little pulse. Okay, good. And then let that go. If you need to stretch out, just stretch your leg back behind you, and then we'll take it behind the left knee. So this is harder with the cork blocks. Hopefully you've got squishier blocks at home. These cork ones definitely make it more challenging. So you're squeezing the block between shin, and thigh. That's it. Arms nice and strong, and then pulse the knee up, squeeze the block, and then let it soften down a little bit, and then pulse it up a little higher. Yeah, there it goes. There, it's hard to hold it. They're heavy. We have these cork blocks in here. They're really heavy. That's it. Squeeze, good. And release a little, and then a couple more. Squeeze it up. Squeeze it with your calf muscle. Yep, get that hamstring turned on. And last one. Good. And just feel what your leg feels like as you're lifting up your hamstring, your glute. Okay, good. And then let it go. So it's a strengthening exercise, but it's also an awareness exercise. Like, what does it actually feel like when those muscles are like firing up back there? All right, let's go into downward facing dog. So knees and hips up. Down, face dog. You got it. All right, so just take a minute in your dog to pedal feet or shift hips or however you like to warm up in your dog pose. So much of our yoga practice, at least here, we get very focused on like the sun salutation, our dog pose, our forward bends. They're easier to do, honestly, in many ways, right? So it's part of why we focus on them. But we neglect the back body a little bit. So this is an invitation to that back body awareness. Okay, now in your dog, when you're done, step your feet closer together and then sweep your right leg up towards the sky into a split. Good. Now straighten your bottom leg if you can. If it needs to be a little bent, that's okay. Bottom leg straight, and look at your left kneecap. Have it pointing straight ahead, your left hip pulling back. Good. Now bring your awareness to your left shoulder blade. Lift your left shoulder blade more onto your back. Good. But bend your knee and open your hip. So right heel over towards the left hip, but don't let that shoulder blade drop down. Can you go longer, Deborah, or no?
What?
Like, can you step back a little more, like a longer pose, or is that uncomfortable?
No.
There you go. You get a little more twist in your spine. Do you feel that? All right, one more breath. Okay, drop that foot down. If you need a rest, come down to hands and knees for a sec. And when you're ready, we'll go to the other side. So feet close together. Yeah, take a second if you need it. And then left leg up when you're ready. Good. Look at your right knee. Have the right kneecap pointing straight ahead, right leg as straight as you can. Right shoulder blade firming onto your back, but twist to the left. Bend your knee, open your hip. Yes, good, you guys. Now pull your left heel towards your right sit bone, like pull it in. That's it. Get that hamstring working. One more breath. Lift a little higher if you can. And then exhale and bring that foot back down. All right, good. Walk either feet to hands or hands to feet. Come on all the way up. Reach up, stretch up. Lengthen through your spine. Good. And then exhale. That's okay. You can come down. We're coming down. All right. Again, one more little awareness exercise here. So just step your right foot behind you just a few inches. Be on your tippy toes. You can have your hands on your hips. And then just notice how the leg, like you can do that, and your leg can just be kind of hanging out with gravity, right? Now fire up the muscles of the leg. So tone the muscles, hug the muscles in towards the bones. Tone your glute muscles, your butt muscles, your hamstring, your calf muscle. Just notice what that feels like in that back leg. And then do the other side. Right foot down, left leg back, just a few inches. So feel how the foot can be back there. Notice how when you fire up the muscles, you feel a little bit more uplifted, right? You feel like you can stand a little bit taller. You feel like you're standing a little stronger. And you also feel like maybe standing a little steadier, right? You feel a little less wobbly, perhaps. All right, bring your feet back to parallel. And now we're going to do a little exercise, another awareness exercise in chair pose. So hands on your hips to start. Poke your hips back behind you, bend your knees. Good. Now take your hands to your butt. Just feel your butt, like as we're talking about intimacy here, like just feel your butt. Are those butt muscles awake? Straighten your legs. And with your hands, come on all the way up to stand. And as you straighten your legs, feel your butt muscles tone. Yeah, now go back to chair. Try to keep your butt muscles turned on. Can you do it? I know, it's hard. It's harder. I know. You got to like work on it. All right, hamstrings, same thing, hamstrings. Hands on your hamstrings, backs of your thighs. If your arms are on the shorter side, this is harder to do. But if you can, hands on your hamstrings. Okay, same thing, straighten your legs. Feel your hamstrings fire up as you do that. Now, back to chair. Hamstrings firing, glutes firing. This time, arms up. Good. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Glutes tone. Maybe you can sit a little deeper, not because gravity is pulling on you, but because you're pulling your heels towards your butt. One more breath. Good. Inhale, stand up, reach up. And exhale, let your arms release. All right, good. Put your blocks in front of you so you have them. All right. You may or may not need them, but let's have them here for a few things. Okay. First thing, we're going to stand between the blocks. We're going to step back into, well, actually, let's stand at the front and just find Tadasana. So try to recreate that sense of the muscles in your legs just firing up, toning, as if you are like doing this embrace of yourself, acceptance of yourself, right? That's intimacy is loving yourself just as you are, not needing to change anything. So as you feel the muscles fire up, feel that as just an embrace of yourself just as you are. And then inhale, arms to the sky, reach up tall. Good. Hinge from your hips, fold forward. You can bend your knees here. We're going to take the right leg back into a long lunge. Hands can be on blocks. If you want to go to the floor, that's fine. This exercise is a little easier with hands on blocks, but you can do it hands on the floor. All right. Then bend your back knee a little bit. Let it soften. Good. And then press out through the leg and fire up all the muscles of the leg. Don't lock your knee, but fire up your calf, your hamstring, your glute, your thigh, and then bend a little. And then again, straighten a lot. Fire the front of the thigh, back of the thigh, calf muscle. One more time, bend a little and straighten. Good, hold here, look forward. Draw your shoulder, turn on the muscles in the back, low back, middle back, upper back. One more breath. Good, and then inhale and step forward. And just come to a standing rest, so bend your knees a little, let your elbows hang. Yeah, let your belly just rest on your thighs. You could hold opposite elbows if that feels nice, if that's comfortable for you, soften. Because it's not that we, the thing is we want our muscles to be strong and we want them to be flexible. So we've got to do both, we've got to do both. We've got to stretch and we've got to strengthen. Okay, we're going to send the left leg back. So hands to blocks, left leg to the lunge. Good, same thing here. We're going to bend and straighten a few times. Bend a little, straighten a little. Just have this sense of all the muscles in the back of the body straightening. That front, your right heel is right under your right knee. Back leg is back behind you. You can go higher on the blocks if you need to. All right, next time the leg is straight, hold there. Look forward, lengthen your spine, and actively pull your right heel towards your right sit bone. Get the back of the right leg to turn on also. All right, good. And then inhale and step forward. Take a moment for rest. Knees soften, arms hang, head hangs, jaw, face, eyes relaxed and releasing. Again, there's nowhere to get to. It's not this static achievement, enlightenment that we're trying to get to. So it softens us a little bit. It's like, oh, okay, there's no end goal. It's just this practice, this daily practice, this moment by moment practice. Okay, lengthen your spine. Come on all the way up. Reach up, stretch up, get nice and tall. And exhale, let your arms release. Okay, now warrior one pose. Step back with your right foot. So right heel down on the floor. Toes can be turned out a little bit. Okay, back up a little bit. So back out of your front knee a little bit and turn on that back leg. Turn on the whole back body. Turn on that connection to the universal self that feels the connection to everything, to all of humanity. And then keeping that leg really strong. Now pull your left heel towards your left sit bone. Sit a little deeper, not by just collapsing with gravity, but by pulling your left heel to your left hip. Then arms to the sky. And as your arms come up, just turn on the muscles in the low back, in the middle backs. Hug your shoulder blades in towards your spine, in the backs of your arms, the back of your neck, and just hold here for a breath or two doing the work. That second light work, it's not as exciting as the first light, right? It's a little boring, it's a little harder, it's a little tedious, right? But we stay with it. All right, exhale, release your arms, step forward. It's definitely not as exciting, right? Which is why, but then what happens? So let's trace the path the other way, right? If we're always looking for that first light, then you're basically my ADHD kid who's like, ooh, that shiny penny, ooh, that shiny penny, ooh, let's go after that one. Oh, I want to go to this college, now I want to go to this college, now I want to go to this college. We become this right? We're always seeking the next dopamine hit, really, right? That's what we're looking for. And we know that it's going to fade. So we stay the path, even though it's hard and tedious. All right, we're going back with the left foot, warrior one. Okay. If I could convince him to do yoga, it would be an amazing thing. All right, back leg nice and strong. Back leg nice and strong. Good. Then to sit into the front knee, pull your right heel towards your right sit bone. Pull it back. Scissor your legs towards each other. Good. Then low back muscles turn on. Middle back, upper back, back of the arms, back of the neck. Stretch up. You can do both arms. I can just do one. You can do both though. Yeah, if you've got your balance. Good. And then just here. And notice, the longer we're holding, the legs want to go to sleep, right? The arms want to check out a little. The brain definitely is like, I'm out of here. This isn't so exciting, right? 2 more breaths. 2 more breaths. Can you do it? Stay with it. All right, good. And then release your hands and step up. Okay. We're going to come down to our backs. We're going to do some stuff on our backs. Have a block nearby. Okay, so first thing, let me show this actually standing up. I know some of you have done this with me, but I'm not wearing a great color, if you can see. But what I'm going to cue you, so we're going to do some bridge work as a way to turn on the backs of the legs. Not so much as getting a deep, big back bend, but just getting the muscles in the legs to recruit a little bit. So what I'm going to cue is this posterior tilt. So it's where your tailbone moves towards your pubic bone, your low belly tones. It's like you're getting a little bit of air underneath your tailbone as you're laying on your back, right? So come to your back, with your knees bent, lay down on the floor, knees bent, feet on the floor. That's it. All right, so just settle for a moment. Try to feel, line up your heels right underneath your knees so you feel, yes, that's good. And just press the whole of your foot into the floor, the inner edge, the outer edges, the heel. Press your shoulders down, press your head down. Just have this moment of just settling right where you are, settling into yourself with acceptance, not feeling like you're needing to change, not feeling like you're needing to shift anything. You're just here. And then add that little posterior tilt. So it's a tailbone towards pubic bone. Yeah, the hips might feel like they're lifting a little as you do that. Now keep lifting the hips. Keep that tilt of the pelvis. Keep lifting your hips up. Good. Keep feeling like you're drawing your heels towards your butt and you're drawing your legs towards each other. That's it. Is your clip in a weird place, Deborah? I feel like your neck is in a weird position. Are you like on your... Yeah, maybe move your clip. Yeah, move your clip. Yeah. That's a silly reason to have a neck pain. Your neck did not look comfortable to me there. Okay, lower back down. Now grab your block and put the block between your inner thighs. We'll just get the legs to, these inner thigh adductor muscles to recruit a little bit. Okay, so ideally, I like it this way. So a little bit, the short edge sort of facing you and up as high as you can. So you're really squeezing in like that meaty part of your inner thigh. Yeah, so just, yeah, like that, like that, like that. Amy, I can't see you, but I'm assuming you got it. Okay, squeeze your block, roll the tailbone up towards the block, and then keep going, roll up. Good. See if you can bring shoulders, hips, and knees into a straight line. So again, try to lift your tailbone faster than your outer hips. So your tailbone lifts, your inner thighs roll down slightly. Good. 2 more breaths. Lift your tailbone a little more. Feel your glutes, your butt muscles really turn on as a way to sort of turn on the back body, turn on that connection to intimacy with all. Okay, lower down. Good. You could take a rest for a second. You want to hold the block in your hands and just let your legs windshield wiper a couple times. We're going to do one more with the block, but you can give your inner thighs a break for a sec if you need that. Okay. We're going to come up again with the block. Hips up again. So posterior tilt, tailbone up towards the block. Squeeze the outer glutes in, lift your hips a little higher. That's it. Okay, now, ready? Come up onto your heels. So lift your toes. Yes, that's it. Like that. That's it. And spread them out. Lift them. Pull your toes towards your shins. Feel your hamstrings fire up. Turn on. Pull your heels to your butt. Feel the whole back body just waking up, turning on. Feel that as a sort of a plugging into that universal power grid of humanity. All right, slowly release, slower back down. All right, set the block to the side. Good, take a couple windshield wipers with your legs, just drop side to side. The what?
I ever did that.
The block, with the block?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because, you know, in yoga often we're cueing like softer glutes, or at least that's how I learned it. But, and we can do it that way. There's different ways to work it, of course, but that firing up of that meaty part of your behind really helps with those stabilizing muscles. Okay. What's that? Well, I mean, the muscles, right? I mean, skin, I don't know what to do about the skin. That's my problem. But the muscles, right? And the muscles will tone up a little bit. Okay, we're going to do one more here. Here's the invitation. So same thing. Hips up, same position. Posterior tilt, hips up, glutes toned. Okay, now come up on your right tippy toes, so lift your heel. And as you do that, so just the right foot, keep your left heel down. And now as you do that, feel when your right hip comes up, does your left hip drop down? Just notice. It does a little bit, right? Okay, then drop the right heel down. And now lift your left heel up and feel if the right side of your pelvis dips down. Do you feel that? Interesting. So there's an imbalance. There is for most of us. Okay, put the heels down. Rest your hips down for a moment. Okay, so we're going to try to do a one-legged bridge, but my challenge to you is to try to, as we lift the one leg up, to try to keep your pelvis really steady. So not let one side of the pelvis drop down. And if it does, just come back to that thing that we just did and just lift the heel. Okay, so hips up again. Yep, hips up, you got it. Okay, weight comes to your left foot. Pull your right knee up into your chest. Don't let your left hip dip down. Good, stay there or press your heel to the ceiling. Yep, that's it. Push down into your left heel. Stretch your right heel up. Good, take that right foot down. If you need a rest, take a rest. Yeah, it's a lot, I know. And then when you're ready, second leg, yep. Come out, hips up. You go hips up first. Get your hips level. Yeah, if you want to lace the fingers, it's fine, but I like you using the leg muscles more. And then left leg up as you're ready, left knee in, and you could stay with the bent knee or stretch it straight, up to you. Okay, take that foot back down and hips back down. Good, nice, you guys. Hug your knees to your chest. That's it, yep. Okay, roll to your side. Come on up. We're gonna come up to stand. I have no particular exciting way to get you there, but we're gonna come up and we're gonna work on putting all of this into play in a couple of standing poses, which really need that recruitment. So have your blocks for this one. You can be low, medium, high on the blocks, whatever feels balanced for you. I would use a block though, even if you're on that lowest setting. It's just gonna enable us to really focus on the legs, and that's what the focus is right now. Okay, we're gonna fold into a square. So I want a right angle at the hip and a right angle at the shoulder. So move your blocks so that your hands, your wrist is right underneath your shoulder. Good, and then tone your muscles of your legs. Heel toe them a little bit closer together. Heel toe the feet. Look forward. Okay, now slowly lift your right leg behind you just a few inches. So we've done this a number of ways today to just feel that back of the leg turn on. And then if you can, lift the leg a little bit higher, keeping that whole leg really turned on. Now, bend your standing leg a little bit. Fire up the hamstring and the glute, and then straighten it and keep those muscles working. And then bend a little bit, and then straighten a little. And one more time, bend a little, and straighten a little. Good, bring that right foot to the floor, and just rest for a moment. Soften your knees, your neck, your head. Okay, one more. Second side, straighten. Actually, you don't have to straighten the standing leg yet, but straighten the lifted leg. So left leg behind you, and just start low. Roll the inner thigh up. Tone the glute, the hamstring, the calf. Maybe lift a little higher, and then bend and straighten the standing leg a few times. So bend a little bit, fire up the back of the leg, and then straighten out. And then a couple more just like that. Bend a little. And then straighten, standing leg, standing leg. You could do both, but do the standing leg too. You could do both. You could actually do both. It's fine, but do the standing leg also. That's it, and straighten. Good. And just hold for a moment, feeling the backs of the legs working, glutes working. Stretch your spine a little longer. Okay, good. And then foot to the floor and take a rest. Okay. Come on all the way up. You can leave your blocks where they are. We're gonna come from the top down now into warrior three. Let's start hands on hips and just work the legs. So feet close together, right leg back behind. So we did this as like a little awareness exercise. Turn on the glutes, turn on the hamstrings. Hinge forward from your, at the waist. And then when you're ready, lift up that right leg. As you lift it, fire it up. Bending leg can be straight or bent. Standing leg rather can be bent or straight, standing leg. Good. And then if you're just wobbling, hanging on, just work turning the back body. If you want to take arms to the sides or arms out in front for a different arm position, you can do that. Or just stay right where you are, working the back body. Good. One more breath. Nice, you guys. Beautiful. And then bring that foot down. Good. So hopefully it makes it a little easier to balance, maybe a smidge. Those outer rotators are those stabilizing muscles. So if you find that you tend to be like wobbly when you're in standing balancing poses, those are good muscles to work and then think about, because that's what helps to stabilize. Okay, left leg back, warrior three. So you can start with soft knees. Both knees could be a little soft as you start. And then straighten the back leg. Make that back leg really powerful. Hinge forward. Shift forward. Just take a minute. Get steady on your right foot. As you're ready, lift the left leg. Turn on the back of the leg. Straighten your standing leg if you can. Both legs working. Extend through your spine. Different arm position if you like. Arms can go back, they can go to the sides, they can go forward. See what works for you. And if you just want to do hands on hips and work the legs, be there. One more breath. Intimacy with yourself. Intimacy with all things. Good. Inhale, come on up. Bring that foot back down. Okay. Do a little march out. All right. Come to the front of your mat. Steady in your feet. Inhale, reach up, stretch up tall. Exhale, fold forward. Take a moment to just let those tissues in the backs of the legs stretch. The glute muscles, the hamstring muscles, they worked hard today. We have one more thing to do. We're going to ask a lot of them, but let's take a moment and let them stretch. And then walk yourself back into downward facing dog. And come all the way down onto your belly so you can come to plank and then just lower yourself down. Good. Okay, last back bend. This is where we were heading because this is really about using the back muscles to help us come up into our back bend and letting the muscles of the legs help to support the spine a little bit. So let's do this. Take your arms by your sides, back by your sides. That's it. They can be on the floor. And then bend up your knees. Squeeze your heels towards your butt. Okay, now try to lift your knees off the floor. They're not going to lift a lot, but they're going to lift a little. Knees up, knees up. Yeah, squeeze your legs. Imagine you still had a block there and lift your knees. Okay, good. And then rest for a second. Okay. Now, same thing. Bend up your knees, heels to butt. Lift your knees. Now lift your upper body, shoulders, head. Lift your hands, but just hover them next to you. Yeah, just hover them. Lift your knees, lift your shoulders, lift everything. That's it. Okay, good. Now exhale and rest. So now we'll do the full version where you're holding your feet. If you can reach, hold your feet. But I want you to get those muscles on board first. So lift your knees, hug your heels to your butt, reach for your ankles with your hands or your feet with your hands. That's it. Lift your upper body. And then keep those back muscles working. Kick your feet to your hands. Lift a little higher. Yes. For those of you that get crunchy in your low back, this should feel better in your low back. It should feel a little more supportive. All right, one more breath. Okay, let it go. Good. Nice, you guys. Very good. Okay. We're going to come to our back. So let's turn around so we're all facing the same direction. So feet forward, head back, back to your back. You know what, let's do this first. Hang on, before we lay down, I was going to do this last, but let's do it here while we're sitting already. We're going to do just a little shoulder stretch. We didn't take care of our shoulders so much today. So 2 options with your 2 blocks. You're going to make a T. They can be here, or they can be here, so high or low, whatever's more comfortable for you. Because I would start with them higher, lay back, and if it's excruciating, then you're like, oh no, this doesn't work for me, and I'll go lower, right? The other thing you can do, if these feel very hard, if you're kind of bony, you can put a blanket over them, because these are hard. So here's where the block lines up. That bottom one, so like this bottom edge right here, is coming to the bottom tips of my shoulder blades. And then my head is on that top block. So I'm going to lay back, over the blocks. Head and shoulders on the block. So if you lay back and your neck or your back is like, no way, Jose, come on up and lower them down. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so you can do this with bent knees or with straight legs. But let's do this first. Bend up your knees just for a second, everybody, and then do that posterior tilt. So lift your butt a little bit, lift your tailbone towards your pubic bone.
That's when it kills in your back, though.
Where? When you lift up? Yeah, no, we're not going to stay there. I just want you to do that little tuck under so you tone your belly. Good, now stretch your legs out again. Is this bothering your back, Deborah?
No.
No, you're good, okay. Yeah, that was just like,
feel it more, but it doesn't, it's not painful.
okay, good. And just have this sense that your shoulder blades behind you, yes, exactly, are sort of squeezing around the block. Your collarbones are broadening out a little bit. Do you want that higher or lower, Sharon? Sharon, do you want it higher or lower? Ooh.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean.
Do you want it, you were adjusting it, do you want it up higher or do you want it
No, this
lower?
is
That's
fine.
fine, okay,
This
okay,
is- this
okay,
is
okay. Amy, hopefully this feels okay for you. Good, good, good. So just let the shoulders, so it's more of like a passive, just letting the shoulders relax. Yes, good, letting your neck relax. Keep your belly gently toned just so it's not just dumping into your low back. And even here, glutes can be a little bit toned, like just a little awake in the back body. 2 or 3 more breaths here. Is it bothering your low back? Okay, good. All right. So to come out, please don't just sit up. Just roll to your side. That is a much gentler, easier way. Yep, bend up your knees and just roll off to the side so that you're not, you're just letting yourself kind of ease out of it. Yeah, like roll to an elbow. That's good. That's good. And then come on up. Good. All right. Good. Come lay down onto your back. Move the blocks to the side. Yeah, put on clothes before you go down if you wish. There we go. Now I can adjust my music. Oh, come on. You were there a second ago. There we go. Okay. All right. So we're going to come to our back. And let's pull the right knee into the chest. Stretch your left leg out long. Yeah. And just hug it in nice and close. You can hold the back of the thigh or you can hold around your shin. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. No. Sorry. I snuck up on you. Good. And then take it to the twist. So you're going to, take the knee across over to the right. Actually, this is nice if you want to put the knee on the block there. That's a nice way to do it too. Can I press a little here? Is that okay? Let the right shoulder just relax down towards the floor. And even here, it might feel like you want to really let the body relax. And you're going to be more relaxed than you are standing up. But if you keep a little gentle tone to the muscles, so it's more of an active stretch, that might feel better to you. Okay, stay where you are. Just straighten your right leg any amount more. So stretch it out. Good. And flex your foot a little bit. So just a little stretch for the back of your leg that did a lot of strengthening today. Okay, good. And then rebend that knee and come to your back and switch legs. Pull your left knee into your chest. That's it. Keep the right leg extending. Can I press a little here? Is that okay? Press your right thigh bone down. As you're ready, take it to the twist. So left arm over to the left. We can give you a block here too. Oh, you're like to the floor. Yeah, that's good. You don't need the block. You're on the floor.
My left shoulder doesn't go down.
Yeah, that's always like a little dance, like shoulder and knee, shoulder and knee. Most people, they don't both go down. All right. Stay where you are. Just straighten out your left leg. So send that leg out to the side. You can go up onto the block, actually. That might feel better, like prop up like that. Yeah, how's that? Okay. Too intense?
No, I love it.
Love it. Good. Love it. Okay. Okay. Rebend the knee, bring it back up. Let's just go happy baby. Reach between your knees and catch the pinky edges of your feet. Yeah, do a little rocking, rolling. If there's anything else, any other stretch or move your body needs, take a moment for that. Or else begin to find your way into Shavasana. Soften your body. I know for some of you, this is like your favorite pose. For others, this is a really challenging pose, the most challenging pose, right? To just lay here and do nothing and let your mind do nothing. It can be the hardest pose to do. But the invitation is to just keep coming back to stillness, to a steadiness within. And maybe just using that sense of, whatever it is, that sense of just fidgetiness or boredom or annoyance at like just having to lay here and not do anything. And use that as a way to connect. Connect to humanity, connect to all the humans on earth that are having that experience, that have had that experience. Just let yourself rest in good company. Gently now, allow for a deeper breath. Allow your body to gently stretch, reawaken. As you're ready, come to your side. Back to seated. Find a comfortable, steady seat. So hopefully our yoga practice gives us a taste of that direct light, the or yashar, those moments of illumination, of wisdom, of calm, of peace, of however you define that moment of enlightenment. And hopefully it provides the inspiration for us to stay the path, to keep steady in the practice so that we find the Or Choser, the second light. Not as flashy, not as exciting, but way more sustainable. And invites us to those moments of intimacy with ourselves, with the world, so that we can, our enlightenment becomes this lived practice, participation, not perfection, this engagement, not escape. Bring your hands together at your heart or onto your heart. Let's chant one shalom to close our practice. Take in a deep breath. Thank you, ladies. Hope you have a great day. Great year, all that. We have our anniversary sale still going until the 10th, so today's the 8th, right? 2 more days if you want to buy that cheaper pass. It'll sit in your account. Yeah, it just stays until you finish your next one, and we'll start it when you need a class to start.
5 for 75.
Yeah.
Which is like $15
Yeah. Yep. It's our biggest sale of the year.